You know exactly the kind of person I mean. Somebody on 40 grand a year who always seems to have money spare for coffees on them. They're never scraping the barrel before payday. And you know somebody else, same city, similar kind of job, on double that, 80 grand, and they're still opening their banking app with one eye half closed before it loads. Same postcode, similar bills, completely different reality. The difference was never the income. It's the unwritten rules each of them follows without even noticing, every single day. Most people assume more money fixes money problems. It doesn't. More money just turns up the volume on whatever habits you already have. Broken habits stay broken at any salary. Follow the right minimalist rules instead, and you build something that actually holds up genuine financial stability, not just a bigger number landing in your account each month. I spend way too much time thinking about why some people feel calm with less money, while others feel broke with more. If you're someone who's ever wondered where your paycheck actually goes, make sure to hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Minimalism isn't about deprivation. Living with less isn't the point. It's about precision, about clearing away the hidden costs sitting quietly underneath your stuff before lifestyle creep closes its hand around your income without you noticing. So here are 10 minimalist money rules, the kind that actually keep you stable, whatever your salary happens to be. Rule 1. Work out the real cost of owning a thing, not just buying it. Everything you bring home costs you twice. The first cost is the number on the receipt. The second cost hides in plain sight. Storage, upkeep, the mental space it quietly takes up, and what you could have done with that money instead. A treadmill needs floor space in a spare room, and floor space isn't free, wherever you live. A boat needs winterizing every year, insurance, and constant small repairs. Every object you own takes a little slice of your attention with it. Look around a cluttered room, and you can feel it. Research links visual clutter to raised stress levels and a harder time concentrating. Your own belongings are stressing you out. And every pound sitting inside a possession is a pound that isn't invested anywhere, working for you. Add it all up, and plenty of things cost more to own over the years than they ever cost to buy. The price tag was just the entry fee. People who live minimally do this maths instinctively, and most of the time, the answer comes back, not worth it. Rule 2. Work out the cost per use. Before you buy anything, guess honestly how many times you'll actually use it, then divide the price by that number. It's the one measure of value that doesn't lie to you. A £200 jacket worn twice works out at £100 a wear. A £400 jacket worn 200 times works out at £2 a wear. The pricier jacket is, by miles, the cheaper one. This single calculation kills most impulse buys stone dead. That £300 gadget sitting in the cupboard, used twice a year? Genuinely, obscenely expensive. Meanwhile, a £2,000 mattress you sleep on every single night for 10 years is one of the best value things you'll ever own. The maths cuts straight through the marketing, straight through the social pressure, and shows you what's actually worth it, not just what feels appealing in the shop. Rule 3. Run the replacement test. Walk through your own home, room by room, and look properly at what you own. Ask one honest question about each thing. If this vanished tonight, would I actually go out and buy it again? Be truthful. Would you replace that fondue set? That bread maker gathering dust on the counter? Those clothes you haven't worn in over a year? For most things, if you're honest, the answer is no. They're still in your life through sheer inertia, not intention, an impulse buy, a gift you felt too guilty to get rid of. Things like that carry negative value. They cost you space and headspace, and give nothing back. Get ruthless. Sell what's worth selling, donate the rest. Taking that weight off your shoulders creates real mental space. Decisions get simpler, tidying takes half the time, and everything left actually has a job to do. Rule 4. Never upgrade purely because you're bored. There's a pattern among people who earn well but stay skint anyway. Their telly works perfectly, but the new model has slightly better contrast. Their phone does everything they need, but the new release has a marginally better camera. Their car starts every morning without complaint, but the neighbours just bought something shinier. These upgrades feel like progress. They're actually wealth leaking away. Something stays functional right up until it genuinely fails to do its job. Boredom isn't failure. Wanting something new isn't failure. An actual mechanical breakdown is a failure. Everything else is just marketing convincing you to solve a problem you never actually had. Hold the line. Never replace something that still works. Over a lifetime, that one rule alone saves an enormous amount of money. Rule 5. Build friction into spending and ease into saving. People follow the path of least resistance, always. Make spending effortless and saving hard, and you'll spend. So flip it. Delete your saved card details from every online shop. Delete the shopping apps from your phone entirely. Unsubscribe from every promotional email clogging your inbox. Don't set foot in a shop unless you've walked in with something specific in mind. On the saving side, do the opposite. Set up an automatic transfer into your savings or investments the moment your pay lands, before you've had a chance to see the money sitting there. Treat that transfer like a fixed bill, not a leftover afterthought. Willpower runs out as the day wears on. Your environment doesn't. Someone who's already deleted the shopping app simply can't cave to a 2 a.m. impulse buy. The option isn't even there. Even a plain 24-hour waiting rule wipes out most impulse purchases on its own. Most cravings for a thing fade within a single day if you just let them. Rule 6. Stop measuring wealth by what people can see. The conventional view judges wealth by what's on display. The house, the car, the label on the jacket. People who live minimally measure it in terms of optionality instead. Could you actually walk away from a job that's wrecking your mental health? Could you take 6 months off if a family emergency landed on your doorstep tomorrow? Could you start a business without a guaranteed wage? Could you retire early? Could you say no to something that clashes with what you actually value? Those options are real wealth, and they only exist for people who've built a genuine margin underneath their lifestyle. Someone on $200,000 a year who spends almost all of it has no optionality whatsoever. They're chained to that income, same as anyone else. Someone on $80,000 who spends half of it has extraordinary freedom by comparison. Money sitting inside a car you didn't need can't buy you any of that freedom. Every purchase is a small trade for future optionality, for something you get to hold today. Rule 7. Actually count what you own. Counting forces you to notice, and noticing stops the pile from growing. Pick one category and count it properly. Write the number down. It usually shocks people. How many shirts do you genuinely own? Most people guess low, then discover the real number is 3 times what they said. How many shoes, gadgets, and unread books are sitting in your home right now? The count itself changes how you behave afterwards. Once you know you own 47 shirts, buying a 48th suddenly feels absurd, and it should. Set yourself a hard limit on categories that tend to multiply. Run a 1 in, 1 out rule. Anything new means something old has to leave. Without a limit like that, possessions simply expand to fill whatever space you give them. Rule 8. Rent or borrow before you buy. Most things people purchase get used hard for a short burst, then barely get touched again. The newness wears off and the item joins the clutter. People who live minimally test the pattern first. They rent or borrow before committing any real money. Fancy getting into camping? Rent the gear for your first couple of trips. Thinking about a kayak? Hire one a few times first. It tells you fast whether the enthusiasm is real or just a passing mood. Plenty of interests fade the moment the novelty wears off, and it's far better to find that out while renting than after you've spent hundreds. Renting also teaches you exactly what you actually need. So when you do eventually buy, you buy precisely the right thing, instead of ending up with a spare room that's basically a museum of abandoned hobbies. Rule 9. Understand the multiplier hiding behind every big purchase. A major item is never really singular. It drags a whole chain of supporting costs behind it. A boat needs a trailer, a car that can actually tow it, somewhere to store it, and ongoing maintenance. A home gym needs the right flooring, mirrors, and proper ventilation. A swimming pool needs chemicals, a cleaning kit, and landscaping around it. People who live minimally do the full sum before any big purchase, not just the headline price. A £5,000 decision can easily turn into a £10,000 reality once every knock-on cost is counted. Do that maths honestly, and plenty of reasonable purchases suddenly look wildly excessive. It works in reverse to eliminate one big possession. and you often wipe out an entire category of monthly bills along with it. Rule 10. Decide what enough looks like before you start earning more. This is the trap that catches high earners hardest of all. They never sit down and define what enough actually means, so they keep buying more without ever feeling satisfied. Income goes up, so the lifestyle goes up right along with it. The new lifestyle becomes the new normal, so it takes another raise just to feel like progress again. It never actually ends. High earners often feel just as financially stressed as everyone else because their expectations keep expanding right alongside their salary. People who live minimally break that cycle on purpose. They decide in advance what kind of home is genuinely enough, what kind of car meets their actual needs, and what level of comfort counts as real satisfaction. Then they earn toward that fixed point and refuse to keep moving it. Defining enough gives you an actual finish line. Every extra pound past that line goes straight into saving and investing, instead of soaking into a lifestyle that keeps expanding to meet it. That gap between what you earn and what's actually enough is where real wealth gets built. All of this compounds, the same way debt or interest compounds, just working in your favor instead. Stick with these rules for long enough, and you end up with less stuff cluttering your life and more money genuinely working for you. Here's the honest bit though. These 10 rules sound simple, and most people will read them, nod along, and go straight back to their old patterns anyway. Don't be that person. Pick 3 rules off this list this week. Actually put them into practice. Get good at those 3, then add more. Real financial stability isn't one big dramatic move. It's a handful of small, boring things done consistently. Less waste, less noise, less confusion in your own head. That's what actually creates more money and, with it, more freedom. Start with just one of these today. Your future self will genuinely thank you for it. If one of these 10 rules hit a little too close to home, tell me which one in the comments. I read every one. If this helped you see your own spending differently, hit like and subscribe so you don't miss the rest of this series. See you in the next video.